so I was sitting there. There was just a few devotees there. It was a beautiful afternoon, and Prabhupada was very regal, sitting on his dais there. And again, it was an Indian gentleman who walked in at one point, and he was this tall man, and he had a dhoti on, like an orange dhoti, and some kind of a Ivy League shirt with a jacket on, like he was a professor or something like that. And when he began to speak, he spoke like that, like he'd been in the West for a while, and he was trying to integrate whatever little, bit of Krishna consciousness he had brought back from India. But he was respectful to Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada was very affectionate to him. And he sat him down right beside him, and he began, in a very masterful way, to discuss with him just very light and sweet things, like the weather, and, the garden, and just very nice things. And the man was feeling excited. He was kind of talking and saying affectionate things to Srila Prabhupada. And then at one point, Srila Prabhupada said something confronting on one of the things that he had said. He had just said some kind of impersonal thing, and Prabhupada caught him on it. And I can't remember what it was exactly, something about Krishna being a person. And the man, he kind of was balking at that. And then Prabhupada started to get a little heavier about him. He goes, "You don't know that Krishna's a person, the Supreme Personality? This is all Krishna's. None of it is yours." And then the man was kind of like looking around a little for some moral support to us, and we were all just sitting like that. And then Prabhupada just decided to give that man a huge dose of mercy, and he began by getting heavier and heavier with him and just saying, "You are thinking that you are some professor, let alone some sannyasi." He goes, "But you are a fool." He goes, "You are nonsense. You don't know anything. How can you masquerade yourself as a professor, as a teacher?" He goes, "You don't even know the simplest things of Bhagavad Gita." And the man goes, "I've read Bhagavad Gita." And Prabhupada said, "No, you haven't." He goes, "I know for sure that you haven't." He goes, "You don't know the simplest things." He goes, You're a fool, and you are a rascal." And the man goes, he was like extremely shocked. And he kept kind of looking over it. And for some reason he looked at me, I guess just because I was a girl or something. And he was like, and I just kind of like I just kept looking at Prabhupada. And so he kept looking back at Prabhupada, and he had nowhere to go. And so at a certain point, Prabhupada just kind of leaned over and he says, "You are a nonsense, and a fool, super fool, and you are a demon. You're a demon." And at that point, the man, something kind of happened where he just broke. And he just went, "Yes, I am demon. I am. I am a nonsense. I'm a rascal. I'm a demon." And then Prabhupada just kind of looked at him kind of happily, like shook his head like that. And the man went to pay obeisances at Prabhupada's feet in the dirt. And he paid obeisances, and he started to kind of cry. And he said, "I am demon. I am nonsense. I am demon." And he was kind of like doing this kind of kind of like rolling around kind of a little bit by Prabhupada's feet. And then Prabhupada, just like the most magnificent swan or king, he just gently pulled his feet away, stood up, and just walked out of there. Walked out with his head held high, just very regally, and just walked out. And a few of the sannyasis and people left with him. And there was just a couple of us left in there. And we were just stunned. We were watching this man. And he continued. He didn't even realize that Prabhupada was gone. He had his eyes closed, and he was going, "I'm demon, demon. I am such a demon." And then after a little while, he kind of realized that, where he was, and he kind of shook himself off from the dirt. He kind of sat up, and he looked around, and he kind of looked at us, and he had this blissful smile on his face. He was kind of smiling like at each of us with this really kind of innocent, beautiful face, and he said, "Jai, Jai, Hare Krishna." And he walked out the other door. And that was the end of that.